Oh, surprise, surprise. Not normally going live on a Thursday, but I'm going to do a quick one. I'm stinking tired, a little wore out. I don't know why. The weather, back hurts, my eyes swollen because I touched the package of bloodworms, frozen bloodworms. I'm allergic to bloodworms, frozen brine shrimp. It's unbelievable. So I got here and I didn't think about it. I got brought over some silver sides, a feed as backup to feed arowanas and the piranhas and stuff. We're low on night crawlers and they're not delivering until after the first. So anyway, I was checking the count, counting the frozen cubes and stuff, and I touched it, and I must have touched my face, and that's all it took. So I know there's nobody on. They're not expecting me here. I'm leaning back. 265. Doing pretty well. And another clown loach and a big red tail shark and some gold barb somewhere in there. Rainbows are huge. Um, so fire eel's eating almost a full worm now. It's like half the size of its body. It's crazy. So they keep knocking over my dragon. I bought some tile. I was gonna glue them down, so they'd stay. I can't knock them over, the big cats. Looks like a couple people got on. I'm not staying on long, but I know this is probably coming. Usually does. Um, when bad weather happens, storms, wind, whatever it is that might knock out your power. And I get that often, especially when it happens and everybody's freaking out a lot of times what to do. And so we're getting nailed. Everywhere's getting nailed. Seems like it's going to be like 20 below with wind chill tomorrow or something crazy. We're not getting a lot of snow here. 3, 4, 5 inches maybe. But the gusting wind and the cold is going to be crazy. We plan on still being open tomorrow 1 to 6, 11 to 3 on Saturday. So I mean, I still have to come in one way or another, because I gotta make sure everything's okay. Power doesn't go out. Cross my fingers, etc. Actually, I need to get the propane tanks, heaters ready. So that's what I'm doing this little live show about, is being prepped and ready if your power goes out and you have an aquarium. Number one, do not feed the fish. Do not even feed them. If it's 2, 3 days, whatever. If your power goes out and you have no backup generator, or get a battery backup supply that goes to computers or something, and you keep a sponge filter running ideally, or Airstone battery pumps. We have those USB charger pumps, I think, still up there, or your fishing bait bucket battery pumps that take a D battery or something. They can last probably a day or two. Number one, do not feed, because you do not want them to produce waste and ammonia buildup, which will become toxic if it's not broken down. So that's number one. Do not feed the fish. You could do small water changes. It depends on your bioload. Size tank. If you have a large surface area aquarium, is always better than a tall tank, because you have more gas exchange, oxygenation, and you could do small, like 1% water changes, or just a couple gallons. Disturbing the surface of water will give it gas exchange, oxygenation to the tank. So don't feed. Small water changes if possible. Very little, just agitate the water. And the next thing is going to be temperature is an issue. So keeping the tank covered with like a blanket, moving blanket, or whatever you have, and so it stays insulated. Another little trick I've done in the past, even like fish I'm moving and stuff, is like our shipping heat packs we sell at the shop. You can use those hand warmers. Those don't last long. You can buy at any store. We give them usually when people are buying fish, uh, in the winter or something like that. The little 8 hour or whatever, mini little heat packs. But we have the shipping ones that are like 20-hour heat packs. What I'll do is let it heat up. You need it, and it gets hot. Stick it in like a Ziploc bag, a sandwich Ziploc bag, and you can put it in the tank and let it float. Let it just put it in the tank, put the top on, put the blanket, and that will help heat it without any power source. So do not feed. Uh, Small wire changes, if it's like it starts hitting 8, 10, 12 hours, then do, every couple hours, a couple gallon wire change or something. Agitate the surface, cover the tank up in between, and with a blanket, you could throw in a heat pack in a Ziploc bag, stick it in the tank, and to help keep your fishy friends alive. Unless you have a home backup generator, mini generator, or some sort that can run your refrigerator, which you might not need because it's cold. Put the stuff outside, everything's gonna freeze, or in the garage, and a generator that can, whatever, even a backup battery pack, or the little aquarium USB or battery pumps, air pumps that you can use. So that's it. Just a quick one. Do not feed, number one. Small wire changes after a few hours. Your bioload. If you have Oscars, big cichlids, especially in a smaller tank, it is going to crash much quicker than a tank like this big with smaller fish in there. Big fish are going to use up oxygen much quicker. So after 2, 3, 4 hours, you're going to have to watch and manage the tank as it goes, and do 1 gallon, 2 gallon water changes. You're starting to run out. You're going to have cold water. Then the worst case scenario, if you don't have battery pumps or anything back up, is take a pitcher of the water out and pour it back in the tank. So agitate the surface of the water. Don't blow straw with carbon dioxide in the tank. No. Live plants in a tank will sustain a tank much longer. And then just keeping the heat in, put a blanket over the tank, keep it covered, or you can add like a heat pack, like I said, those little 8-hour ones you buy at any store, or we have the shipping bigger ones, the 20-hour, and you can put it in a Ziploc, heat them up, let them heat up, put them in a Ziploc bag, and put it in the tank, let it float, just sit in the tank, and that can help hold the temperature, keep it from dropping as quick. So that's that. Just a quick tidbit, in case I start getting those messages, calls, or whatever, in the next couple of days when this storm starts hitting, I guess tomorrow night, late tonight, early tomorrow morning. They're already closing the highways to trucks, anything, because of the wind, up to 50 miles here, maybe. Something crazy. So, I already know a bunch of places are closed. Airlines, good luck if anybody's flying. They're already shutting down all the airports, whatever. It's just going to be a domino effect. Hopefully, Mylan went shopping this morning. I told her, get all your shopping, get an extra gallon of milk. Will be good for a few days. I already got rocks, salt for the sidewalks at the building, shovels. I have one snow. I got to go home and get my snowblower running. So prepped and ready. I always preach it. Sometimes I need to practice what I preach. But I try to be as prepared as possible. I hate surprises like that, knowing that natural disasters and stuff can happen. So a couple people coming and going. So, hey, so I don't know who you are. I wish they would tell you, like whoever's on in the background or something like that. So I just trying to give a tidbit, advice, help if something happens, keep your fish alive. If the power goes off, if it's only a handful of hours, you're probably fine. but you got to worry about the temperature and go back to what I said. Do not feed and small water changes after a few hours, or just agitate the water surface. Put a blanket over to keep insulated, and you can use heat packs inside a Ziploc bag. Set them in the tank on top, in a float in the tank, whatever, so it holds the heat in there as long as possible, unless you get a backup generator, which are probably all sold by now. Everybody's freaking out. Other than that, be safe, be careful. Good luck. If you're local, well, it should be still open. I mean, unless we can't drive. I get here one way or another. I can't. I'll try to watch cameras, whatever, but I gotta be here to make sure everything's okay. Feed what needs to be fed for sure. And then hopefully back to Saturday. We're only open 11 to 3 on Saturday, Christmas Eve. And we do have the scratch off, went up to a $500 shopping spree. So follow us on the social media. Other than that, that's it. I'm a bit tired. I'm going to have a 5-hour energy drink because it's too early to be passing out. I got stuff to do. Gosh. So, gotta go to mom's. Blah, blah, blah. Holidays. Bah humbug. All right. Everybody take care. Whoever gets to watch this from here or later, hopefully it's useful. Help keeping your aquatic pets survive if a power outage happens. So anybody who wants to contribute, you have any other ideas, let me know. But that's about the gist of it. So, all right, I'm out. Later.